Good day, everyone. Hope you're doing well. All right, so we're going to start off by going over Bitcoin. I just want to show a couple of the thoughts I had. Just realized I posted this on the wrong channel. So yesterday, and I'll go over the charts in a second, I just said I was interested in scalping this channel. That's all I was really interested in on Bitcoin. We actually ended up getting a perfect move down into that level. Took profits at the middle of the channel, and then we'll look at the live chart here, but we broke down. But the important thing is, as we're coming back down today to retest this level, there's bearish divergences in CVD. So that's when CVD is increasing, making higher highs, prices making lower highs, that's bearish. There's no bullish divergences on the lows. And so I just said when we were retesting this level, because there's no bullish CVD, I'm not interested in longing this level again. All right, so let's hop over to the chart. So we'll just see, this is the trade I took yesterday. We came down to this level, took profits at the middle of the channel, but we never ended up pushing up. And then this is where I was saying as we were coming down to retest this level, I just wasn't going to long it because this looked more bearish. But yeah, I think it's interesting. We just swing failure this low, which is potentially a setup. I'm going to delete this. I'm more interested in the higher time frame ideas. So I showed this in a members live stream several days ago. Still hasn't played out yet. But we can see, by the way, this was a perfect 618 rejection. And the idea would be to start breaking down this trend line that a lot of people are watching. Delete this as well. Get everybody really bearish, take these lows, move down into this 36.1K region, and then have a nice reversal up. I sort of expected us to push a little higher first before that idea played out, and we still may. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. Yeah, we could get another bounce off this trend line even. Do something like that. But that's a really nice level I'm interested in. Just gonna wait for it. And then we have the idea of a swing failure up into this golden pocket. I'm not going to explain this, but this is where the golden pocket would be if we came down to this low. So we'll see. So that's a big level out to the upside from 43.6. This is a big idea to the downside. I want to break down this trend line at some point, wherever that is, get people really bearish, and then squeeze back up. We'll see if that happens. If we start losing these levels, then we need to look for lower, obviously. My medium time frame outlook is, let's say over the next 2 to 3 months, probably leans bearish. That we'll see sub 30K, but I don't think there's any reason we can't push back up into the highs of this range before then. That would wreck more people. But yeah, I have some Elliott wave targets. We could swing failure these lows into this like 26.6 region. There's some lower targets at 22.2 that I don't have here. We'll see. They're a long ways away. So let's, we bounced off this old point of control as our absolute low several months ago. So it's going to be a big support too. We could look at the possibility initially of swing failure in that low, maybe coming back on retesting, something like that. I think Bitcoin's pretty straightforward, nothing too exciting. I still have my shorts from 48K. I think my average entry is 47 because of compounding. Altcoins are going to be affected by Bitcoin's performance. Got a nice level on Luna I'm waiting for. Kind of just waiting for strength at this point on FTM. Sorry, I have some old drawings on here. Strength or lower. By the way, if you're interested in becoming a member, you can do that down in the description of this YouTube video. LuckyApesTradingFloor.com. Yeah, there's a level down at 60 cents, or I want to start reclaiming some of these higher levels around 86 cents. I think that pretty much goes for all alts, really. Actually want to look at near. I did have a level here on near. I didn't end up trading it. The idea was coming back into the lows of this range, but we've kind of re-entered this range. So if we can get another retest of this level, I might be interested in that. But I'm just kind of sitting tight, waiting for Bitcoin to put in what I feel is more likely to be a key pivot, and trading altcoins accordingly. We could put in that move today where we come in and sweep these lows. So you want to either be able to read order flow really well if you're looking for like a sniper entry, which is quite hard, or you can just, if you're comfortable with like to miss a little bit but wait for some strength, just waiting for this low to be reclaimed can offer some confirmation. How far away is that? 2.3%. Target up here. Still decent risk reward. Take a small, if you wait for that reclaim, take a smaller position. So have to bear in mind that we'll have to reclaim this trend line as well. So there's going to be a lot of resistance to claim coming off that idea, but I kind of like it. So yeah, I guess I don't necessarily feel like I need to drag this public live stream out a ton. I think the important thing is in times when the market's bearish is just to be very pragmatic and patient, and not to spiral or start revenge. If you're trading, not to start revenge trading. Um, like altcoins just took a beating. I was fortunate to have the shorts on Luna from the highs, the shorts on GMT. Still have my shorts. I actually have a short on CRV from here. This was actually shared by a member, which is we've gotten a really nice. It was a chart shared by a member, and I took the trade. Nice 30% move off that. So letting my shorts carry on, I've taken nice profits off of them. I had that short from near up at the highs of this old range around $17. Still have that. So I'm just gonna let's see if we reform a range here. Might be interested in trading this as a range. Start reclaiming levels, might close some of my shorts. But just gonna take it patiently, one day at a time here. The market's not going anywhere, and I don't need to take a trade every day. I can wait for key levels. So really all I've traded recently is that scalp long off that channel ID on Bitcoin. A little win there. Put my stop loss to entry. And I think a few members took it as well. But yeah, typically, one thing you can do is you can look for what you feel is a key level on Bitcoin, and then wait for that to be put in, and then see where your alts are at then. And that's typically going to be a nice time to be looking for major pivots on Bitcoin or altcoins as well. So if your alts are coming to a key level as Bitcoin comes to a key level, I have a pretty small percentage. Like but across all my shorts, it's about 20 to 25% of my shorts are still running. 75% are closed. You know what? I think are you a member, Tobias? I think you are. I'm going to be doing an ETH video, and I probably will do it today. I mean, the thing about ETH is like, I want to do a more dedicated update because my analysis on ETH is a little bit more complicated. With the ETH Bitcoin pairing, Elliott waves on that and stuff, so it's gonna be easier to do it as a dedicated video just because I have a lot of complicated analysis. So I'm gonna do a pre-recorded ETH video in the members Discord. Someone asking if I can do a video on scalp trading. The concepts of scalp trading are very similar to swing trading. You're just trading on a lower time frame. But one thing I will say, if you're an inexperienced trader, scalping is the quickest way to lose money. The frequency of your trades, trying to trade multiple times, 3, 4, 5, 10 times a day, 20 times a day, it's the fastest way to lose money if you're inexperienced. So if you're inexperienced, I'd say focus on learning. Don't even trade at all because you'll just lose money over any time frame or series of trades. But once you have some experience, my preference is to focus on the high time frame levels first. So make sure I have all my high time frame levels. Wait for those really nice high time frame ideas, and don't chop yourself up trying to scalp trade 20 times a day because you're bored. Typically, there's not, typically there's 1 to 2 great trades a week, maybe one okay trade or good trade a day. So if you're trying to trade 10 or 15 times a day, or 6 or 7 times a day, then you're gonna get wrecked. And I think what it is, I think there's really legitimate scalping strategies, but what people confuse scalping with is they're like, well, I don't want to wait for this level, so I'm just going to scalp. And so they just start trading nothing. And they're just looking for an excuse to trade because they're impatient. And so they just want to trade anything, and then they call that scalping. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but that's the danger of scalping, is you're just start looking for trades. So there's legitimate scalping methods, but they're not easy. I mean, I'd just say scalping is one of the most difficult forms of trading. So because you're constantly making decisions, constantly having to take profits, use proper risk management, trade management, do it over and over and over and over again. And you have to have a really robotic system that allows you to do that. And they're just you have to be a really good trader to scalp profitably and consistently. So for newer traders, I don't recommend even worrying about scalping, because in their head they're thinking, if I trade more, I'll make more money, but in reality, you'll just lose more. So focus on the higher time frame, medium time frame ideas, and sometimes look for scalps. Yeah, so I just wanted to do a Bitcoin update. I mean, I think I've been saying as much in the members group. I really have 2 ideas on a medium time frame I'm looking for and waiting for. And other than that, I'm just waiting. I took that scalp. I want to see this trend line faked out. Now, of course, we might actually lose it and go to 30K, but that's it. Then I just stop out my trade, which is fine. But so, anyways, that's an idea I'm looking for. Hey Laia, you're asking what's my background today? Any recommendation for courses? Well, you can join our group. We have an educational group. It's at luckyapestradingfloor.com. The links in the description if you're interested there. The focus is on educating and technical analysis, trade management, market psychology, trading psychology. Definitely an overlooked aspect of trading for sure. And then not only do you get my content in there, there's other partners in the network, and you get their members' content as well. And we do have new partners joining. It's just been a little bit of a process onboarding them. So you'll get their insights as well. Yeah, I'm just trying to, I'm not even really interested in trading a lot of alts here until Bitcoin puts in some key ideas. Oh yeah, for a school course, school course on trading, I don't know about that. I'm not sure. I always do this. Where do you pull the POC on 43K? Well, I think I know what you're asking. The important point of controls here on the 4 hour chart or the daily chart are across this range. So this is shifted down to 39,000, 38.9. This is the major point of control now. And then we have another one at 42,000. This is not point of control, it's a high volume area, but they've shifted back and forth between point of control and high volume area. Yeah, these are fib retracements, not point of controls. I have some free educational stuff on the YouTube channel. There's an educational video channel, and it teaches some of this stuff like fibs and volume profiles. Yeah, the fixed volume profile is incredibly useful. Fixed volume profile is how you see where the traders are, where all the interest is, where all the volume is. Yeah, Liaya, depending on your topic that you're interested in, you can, I suggest reading books or searching. There's so many different aspects to trading. So whether or not you're wanting to learn more about market psychology or even volume profiles or things like that, there's different resources that could be recommended. But as far as just like a course, like a school type course that you would take, there's really, that I know of, nothing that exists. If it does exist, it's probably shit, honestly. Yeah, so I'm not just going to stare here at the chart. Those are my thoughts. Um, have a little bit of work to do off of outside of trading today. So I might just carry on with that, make some more coffee. But yeah, I think this is interesting. You can see this level getting some play. Those are the setups I'm interested in. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Um, Rajesh, you're saying, what do you suggest of leaving a coin like DOT along for long term with zero liquidation? I don't make recommendations like that. That's not really how I trade personally. I don't just leave a coin. I trade on technicals with tech invalidation. There's always a stop loss. There's always targets. If somebody wants to leave, has like a fundamental outlook or whatever it is, whatever they're trying to predict, and they just want to own some coins and hold them for long term, that's up to them. But that's just not something I would do, or even make those types of recommendations, one way or the other. So I'm just gonna reset some of my alerts. You're saying you got on Rose at 24 cents. What do I think about you hodling it? Because I don't know if I should hold. Yeah, I really can't make that decision. I mean, if I'm swing trading and I have like a long-term thesis on like a Elliott wave count or some other idea, then I'll hold a trade for a long time. But yeah, as far as like what you should do, like I get those types of questions a lot. Like people will DM me and say, I just bought this random coin. How long should I hold it? What price should I sell it at? It's like, well, first off, the cart's kind of coming before the horse here. So you don't have a plan. You're just buying a coin. Maybe you think it's good. Like for me, it's important to have targets and things, like a plan. Like, so if you're just buying a coin and then trying to figure out what you should be doing with it, I think that's jumping the gun a little bit, from a trading perspective, anyways. And then the other thing is, it's not up to me or my responsibility to figure out how you should be trading positions you're already in. Like someone's like, I bought this, what at this price, what should I do with it? It's like, I have no idea. I don't know why you bought it there or what your plan is. And for me to like go to a chart and make you a plan with a position you're already in that you just randomly entered, it doesn't make any sense, right? So I'm more focused on sharing the ideas I'm interested in, and less interested in helping people create ideas around positions they're already in. Sorry, I just got an alert on my phone. Just seeing if there's anything interesting. That's not to be rude, by the way. Um, Everything's a trade, Nicholas. You say it's not a trade, it's just hodling. Well, you're hodling with the idea of holding it till it goes up in value and selling it, right? A lot of people say, like, I'm not trading, I'm just buying a coin and holding it until it goes up and then I'm going to sell it. It's an investment. It's like when you're trading just without any kind of plan. So, that's what typically what people think of as hodling is not trading. It's really just trading with no plan. I don't, I don't, hodling just makes no sense to me. You can have a swing trade that's on a long term frame. So, sorry, for those of you watching, somebody's asking they're just asking a question. Um, Hodling, yeah, it's like if I have a thesis where Bitcoin's going to go to 75,000 and I have a swing trade, yeah, I'll hold Bitcoin until that trade's either invalidated or hits its targets. But that's still a trade. Just because I'm holding it for a longer term time frame, I still have a plan, I still have invalidation, I'm still looking for targets. But what people do is they just buy. Like, how many people do you think, I know a few personally, had a 8 position and sold nothing all the way up here, and now they're in the red or back at entry? A lot. But they weren't trading, they were just hodling. you know, I don't know. Um, so yeah, I think I answered this. I know stream's a little delayed. You're saying, do I only trade or do I invest in strong projects like EGLD, ADA, and E? It's all trades. You know, the difference between investing and trading is almost indistinguishable. You know, if your trade thesis could be based off of something fundamental instead of a technical, but if you're buying Cardano because you have a long-term trade thesis that's going to go up in value because of this, or that. That's a trade, right? Most people seem to be liking hodling as trading without a plan. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be, but typically it is. Um, yeah, so I'm missing hodling is for people that just want to get rid of their money and leave it to luck. Pretty much. I mean, if you don't have a plan to enter the market for a reason, to get out of the market for a reason, whether at a loss or at a win. And a lot of people think the strategy should just be to never sell at a loss. Um, I like to just cut my losses short. So if I'm in a losing trade, I just like to, that's invalidating my idea. I just like to get out. Sort of like here, I shorted near down to this level here. I was interested in longs here. I took a long here. I actually had some profitable longs in here. But anyways, I took a long. As soon as we started losing this level, I just cut this short. Or cut the long, sorry. Obviously, we dropped like another 20%. I could have re-entered at any point. I decided not to. Now we're back testing the level that I um, cut my trade at. But yeah, for me, it's just, okay, this level's not holding. I'm going to cut my trade. If we reclaim it, I can always re-enter. It's that simple. Yeah, Shaman's that saying you wouldn't be surprised if a trade asset. It's like we, the guys purely enterprise action, doesn't care at all of the asset. Exactly. I don't really I don't really do a ton of fundamental, if any, research. Sometimes I have macro ideas on certain things, but with a chart, I believe you can trade anything. You don't even need to know what it is. Um, all right. Yeah, applicable saying that there's the swing traders from 2012 are freaking millionaires, or sorry, the hodlers from 2012. Yeah, But the thing is, like a lot of people who are holding Bitcoin had, they have fundamental thesis. They believe in the fundamental value of Bitcoin. That's still a trade. Just because you don't have a chart, if you have a long-term fundamental outlook and you're holding because you think that one day there's going to be a certain amount of adoption or whatever your thesis is, then you can hold your trade to that thesis on that time frame and it make you a lot of money. It's not that I don't think fundamental analysis is, or speculating on societal shifts or technology trends is valid. It's just not how I trade. I trade off charts. So, but yeah, typically what happens is there's always what's the word? A fairy tale story. Like somebody bought it 10 cents and now it's at 80,000. But most people are buying not then. Most people are holding trades. The problem with like holding is even if say you bought down here in this time zone and you hold it all the way up to 69,000, so many people, I guarantee, took nothing off the table, came right back down to entry. Now what happens if we enter into a 2-year bear market? So like the average beginner just has no, since they have no plan to get out, take profits, even when they end up in winning trades, even massively winning positions, they don't take any profits because they don't have a plan. And now they just think that it's going to go to the moon. Finally, their patience is paid off, and then it just comes right back down to entry. Someone's saying, have yet to extend a trade or move a stop loss and have it work out. Yeah, typically your initial plan should be stuck to. Once you're starting to slide your stop loss down, move your profit targets higher, it's a vicious. Let's just say, like for me, 48K was my short. But let's just say I had my long here and I decided, you know what, I'm going to wait till 49K. And so instead of taking profits on my long here, I decided to push it up to here because I just thought, look how bullish this is. And then price starts coming down, and then I say, you know what? I'll put it back to 48. I'll close it as soon as it comes back here. And then it does this, and I say, oh shit. I'll close my long as soon as it comes back to here. Oh shit, it's not coming back. Oh no. And I keep moving my take profits down until I'm basically just getting out of the trade at entry. That's what happens to a lot of people. Thank you. Someone saying my educational videos on YouTube are succinct and top notch. I appreciate that. Um, I have no idea, Nicholas. You're asking about the fundamentals and the World Cup on Algoland. I don't even think about it. I used to trade on Binance. Yeah, the opportunity loss of holding through big swings can be quite big. All right. Well, guys, I appreciate it. I appreciate the questions. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Um, you know, I'm waiting for some bigger ideas. I really would like this, but I'm always wary that we can break down the level. So always trading with risk management and proper position sizing. If you're interested in learning more about trading, you know, um, and just developing as a trader, whether you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced, come check out the Discord. Come check out the website there, and we'd love to have you. All right.